The Harlem Race Riots of 1935 were the first riots to occur in New York City. This was due to a rumor that a 16-year-old black Puerto Rican boy suffered police brutality after stealing a 10-cent penknife from the Crest 5 and 10 store on 125th Street. The riots were partially caused because the media blew things out of proportion. This incident was the spark that ignited the anger that had built up due to the racial discrimination and violation of the 14th Amendment. Throughout this event, 3 African Americans were killed, approximately 60 were injured, 75 people were arrested by the police, and the riot caused over $200 million in property damage.
In the Montgomery bus boycott, African Americans refused to ride city buses in Montgomery, Alabama in 1955. They protested against segregated seating and is considered as one of the first demonstrations against segregation in the United States. It took place from December 5, 1955 to December 20, 1956. The boycott initiated around the time when an African American woman named Rosa Parks refused to yield her seat to a white man on a Montgomery bus. She was later arrested and fined for the incident. Ultimately, the United States Supreme Court ordered to interfere in Montgomery's bus system. Martin Luther King Jr. emerged as a prominent leader of the civil rights movement and of the Montgomery bus boycott.
The shooting of Michael Brown occurred on August 9, 2014, in Ferguson, Missouri, which is a suburb in St. Louis. Michael Brown is an 18-year-old black man who was fatally shot by Darren Wilson, who is 28 and a white Ferguson police officer. The disputed circumstances of the shooting and the resultant protests and civil unrest received considerable attention in the U.S. and sparked a vigorous debate about law enforcement's relationship with African Americans. The entire interaction between Wilson and Brown ultimately ended with Wilson shooting 12 bullets into Michael Brown's body. The shooting sparked unrest in Ferguson. Protests, both peaceful and violent, along with vandalism and looting, continued for more than a week, resulting in night curfews. The grand jury members were impaneled in May 2014 prior to the shooting and consisted of 3 black people and 9 white people, which roughly corresponded to the racial makeup of St. Louis County. The St. Louis suburb of Ferguson was about 66% black. The U.S. as a whole is still years behind where we need to be with visions of racial equality set out in the 14th Amendment. The United States as a whole has certainly moved forward from where we were, but we still have a lot of steps to make in progress. The next steps as a nation should be to implement more black cops or judges or juries in predominantly black societies. We as people do not get to control our color any more than we get to control our upbringing or our height.